Welcome back, YouTubers, to an announcement video from us, the British Fist. We haven't done one of these in a while, and as you know, our next Q&A is going to be Q&A 250, and that is a pretty big milestone for us. You know, we've been on here now probably 5 or 6 years, so we're going to get to Q&A 250, and we wanted to do something special. And I'll give you a hint here: we wanted to go out on a high, and that is exactly what this is all about. You know, at the end of the day, me and NJ have become very disillusioned with YouTube, and we feel it's about time that we stopped doing these Q&A videos. We're still going to keep the channel open, but we're not going to be doing Q&As anymore. So Q&A 250 will be the last one that we do. We will answer all the rest of the questions we've got on our Q&A list, and any you have to ask in the meantime. We're going to do it on, I believe, I'm going to look at the dates here.
13th.
We're going to do it on the 13th of April. So if you have any WrestleMania questions, any post-Raw questions, any questions you wanted to ask us, we will definitely answer it in that video as long as it takes us to do. But we just want to go out on a high, and we thought this would be the perfect time to do it. WrestleMania 32, Q&A 250. Couldn't really think of a better way to do it.
And people, this is not the easiest decision that I brought up to so that we should do, but as much as this has given us a great reason to get together to answer your questions, to entertain you, entertain ourselves, have a laugh, throw different ideas out, you know, as the saying goes, every good thing must come to an end. And, you know, there's so much thanks we have to give in this one video for you guys who have stuck by us, appreciated us, and gave us all these questions for us to answer.
I mean, if you think about it, you know, we've had a consistent stream of questions for 5 or 6 years now, or for 5 years, from Q&A 1 up to this next Q&A 250, and we have been so amazed by how many questions we've got from you guys. And it's only because of that the reason we continue doing them. I mean, we don't continue doing them because we want to earn money off them. We didn't continue doing them because, you know, we wanted to, keep our faces on YouTube. The reason we kept doing these Q&A videos is because you kept asking questions, and we couldn't just not answer them. We had to continue answering them.
And we're doing something that we've said multiple times, that if other people in the YWC and in life in general are being unhappy with the way YouTube is or wrestling is, then just stop.
Yeah.
And we came to a point where, like, I still call myself a wrestling fan. I appreciate and love the product. But it's came to a point now where talking about it is becoming so sad.
It is, and not just that, but, you know, we've had a lot of people, we've had a few people saying, you know, why are you continuing to do the Q&As when you don't watch it anymore? And, you know, you are correct. You know, when I'm not watching, I'm keeping up to date on it, but how can I really answer questions on wrestling when I'm not watching the product? And I've, you know, as I've made very clear to NJ and to you guys out there, I've been very disillusioned with wrestling now for quite some time, to the point where we have been pretty much been forced to just do a Q&A video. And as much as we enjoy doing them, it has just got to the point now where we just feel like it's time to stop. And I think we did know this point was going to come at some point. It was just very hard for us to accept it, really, wasn't it? But we finally did, and I'm actually quite glad for it in the end.
And for 250, our last Q&A, we would like to give you the opportunity to ask us now anything about wrestling or anything whatsoever, to make our last Q&A as big as and entertaining as possible.
And as happy as possible as well. If anything you want to know about us, just answer, as long as it's reasonable. Put them in the comment section below on this video or in a past Q&A, and we'll add it to our list. And, you know, I mean, we'll go on for as long as as long as the questions last. So we'll pretty much answer every single question.
And this time has come. You know, it's been and ahhing about doing this, but I didn't want to stop, neither did Mr. Parker, because these videos are one of our things we look forward to doing. But please send in all your questions in the comment section below.
And please don't make this a sad thing. You know, we don't want this to be a sad thing. We want this to be, You know, we want this to be a happy thing. There are a lot of other great YouTube shooters out there, way too many to name, and there are loads of people you can watch that are probably, I don't know, I mean, I wouldn't say are better than us.
No.
But are of our equal.
Mediocre.
No, we're only messing around.
No,
There are plenty, well, you're probably not, but there you go. There are plenty of YouTube shooters out there that you guys can watch, and we feel, to be honest with you, they probably do a better job than us anyway.
And if you ever wanted to, look back at our shout out videos, because they're the people who will be saying this video if we were to.
Back when we used to do shout out videos.
Shout out!
Yeah, no one heard you because no one's here.
No.
But yeah, so that's really the announcement. A tough one to make, but it's one that we felt like we had to make. I mean, it did get to a point where, when we started this, we were staying up from 1 to 4 a.m. on most nights, and we were young and we were able to do it. But it's got to the point, especially with me, I know you can still do it. I don't know how you do it, but it's got to the point with me where I just couldn't do it anymore. My big question is, so there's not going to be too much content on this channel. Are you going to be doing other things still? Are you still going to be doing the rundown? Are you still going to be doing bits and bobs? What are your plans?
In the recent rundowns, I have said tune in for a big video yet to come. And YouTubers, what my part in this is, there's going to be very limited videos on the British Fish channel, but when there's something that's worth talking about, or I feels what is buzzing right now, I may talk about it, but who knows. As for the rundowns, I'm not going to be a part of that each and every week.
Just temporarily?
Very temporarily.
Very temporarily. And also, we didn't want to close the channel down or anything, because we still want people to be able to watch our past videos that we've done, because we've done a few good ones, and I mean, I'd still want to keep them up there to watch them as well. So yeah, so that's our announcement. No real easy way to say it, but yeah, it will be April the 13th, the week after 2 weeks after WrestleMania, because we want to make sure you can ask questions about WrestleMania and the Raw after. Which are generally big talking points of the wrestling year. So we're going to do it on the 13th, and that'll be the last time you see us together on YouTube, unfortunately.
And for Mr. Parkins sitting right here, who I've had the great privilege of being here each and every week to be a part of this Q&A, to entertain you, and of course, me, NJ. Get ready, people. What's up?
And of course, I want to make a special thank you to you, NJ. And you know why? It's simply because when I started this channel, it was just me on my own, and you were like my special guest. And then you became my co-host, and it wasn't. And then we called ourselves the British Fish, and after that, this thing kind of just went away. So if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't even be here right now. So I've got to give you a special thank you for actually sort of doing this with me, and then it becoming like a permanent thing until now.
Oh, it's been such a beautiful time, and something I'm very thankful to have been here and a part of this and a part of the YWC. Met so many great people that we're still going to know, but just not live like we are now. But before this goes on any longer, and because I need to hold back the tears.
But yeah, that's tune in for our last video on the 13th of April, and we'll sort of we'll answer some questions and maybe put some stories in there. Talk some personal stuff. So look forward to that. But like we said earlier, from me, Mr. Parkin, and NJ, that is it for now. We will see you on the 13th of April. Goodbye.